Good morning, everyone. Guess what time it is? It's story time. I'm Amanda with the Fruitport District Library back with another story time for you today. We'll start with our hello song and then we will go from there. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. Hello, everyone. So some of you may know that April is National Poetry Month. So today's story time will be poetry themed. So we'll sing some rhymes, read a book about poetry, and talk a little bit about poetry a little later on. Plus I'll have an activity for you that you can come pick up at the library. To start off, we're going to sing a little rhyme called Hey Diddle Diddle. And it rhymes, and a lot of songs are kind of similar to poetry. Sometimes they rhyme, sometimes they don't, but they're shorter verses that usually convey emotions or something like that. So we'll sing the first one, then we'll use our new felt board with some felt nursery rhymes, and then we'll read our story. So we'll start with a quick short rhyme. It's called Hey Diddle Diddle. You might be familiar with it. We'll go through it twice since it's a pretty short one. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. That's kind of silly, isn't it? I think so. Let's say it one more time. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such fun, and the dish ran away with the spoon. So that kind of goes into what we know that poetry is. Poetry is a lot of different things, but mostly it's short verses that follow a certain structure, whether it's rhyming or like the length of the words or the sounds of the words in the poems, and it usually expresses emotions of some kind, and it sometimes rhymes like the one we just read. Also like the nursery rhyme we're going to say next. So the next rhyme we're going to do is Baa Baa Black Sheep. Is anyone familiar with this rhyme or song? It's kind of a popular one. So it goes like this. Baa Baa Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1, 2, 3. What colors are these? Red, yellow, and blue. Okay, we'll sing the rest of it now. 1 for my master, 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy down the lane. So do you see how that's a poem? It rhymes. It's not really talking about emotions, but it has a sort of structure to it like a song would. And you can sing it sort of like I did, or you can just recite it like a poem. And then we're going to do one more that you might be familiar with. Does anyone know Mary Had a Little Lamb? That's the one we're going to sing next. So here we go. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. So that's another one that doesn't quite have rhymes, but it's kind of structured like a poem if you were to look at it. It has verses and stuff, which poems have verses, which is the sections of words that are in a poem. Okay, so another thing that poetry is it's a way to kind of play with words and learn what real words are based on like funny iterations or funny versions of different words that we know. So Shel Silverstein is a popular children's poet. He's got a ton of poetry books, and he kind of plays with, his poems are funny and humorous. So here's one here. It's called Running's Heading Rabbits. Runny went to the library, and there were hundreds of books. History books, biography books, and lots of bory stooks. He looked them over one by one, and guess which one he took? A science book? A poetry book? Oh no, a comic cook. So here we have words that are kind of messed around a little bit, but we know what they mean. Like, what do you think a science book is? Science book. What did he go home with? A comic cook? A comic book. So it's just kind of switching around letters, and poetry can be a great way to kind of learn those words with silly situations like this. Um, a lot of children's books do that too, play around with words. So you kind of learn how to look at a word in a book and figure out its meaning by the context of what's surrounding it, the pictures and things like that. Okay, so before we read our story for today, we're going to sing one more song. It's one that you're probably familiar with, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, which itself, it kind of looks like a poem. So we'll sing through it twice since you're probably already familiar with it. So here we go. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Should we sing it one more time? You can do the twinkling with me if you feel like it. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Yay! So today we're going to be reading That Is My Dream by Langston Hughes and Daniel Mieres. And Langston Hughes is a famous poet who was popular back in the 1900s. He has a lot of poems, so if you're ever interested, you can look him up. So we have That Is My Dream. Let's start with a little boy. To fling my arms wide in some place of the sun. To whirl and to dance. Can you whirl and dance? Till the white day is done. Then rest at cool evening. Kind of looks like summer, doesn't it? Beneath a tall tree, while night comes on gently. See, they're having a picnic. Dark like me. You see that? That is my dream. To fling my arms wide in the face of the sun. Wide like a bird? Be cool to fly like a bird, wouldn't it? Dance, whirl, whirl. You do a little dance, spin around like the birds are in the picture. Till the quick day is done. Rest at pale evening, a tall, slim tree. Night coming tenderly. See, there we had a rhyme. Not everything in this has rhyme, but there's a rhyme. Not all poems rhyme, remember? That's just a picture. What's he holding? A feather. Black like me. The end. There's a little note here about the historical importance of this book because it was written during segregation. So it's a book we have here at Fruitport, so if you're interested, you can come check it out, learn a little bit more about Langston Hughes and his poetry. So my final thing for today is I have a little craft at Fruitport if you want to pick it up for Poetry Month. So I printed out some poems, and it'll be included with some crayons and a glue stick, and you can take it home and decorate your poem. And then if you want to bring it back to the library, we'll make a poetry somewhere in the library. Haven't figured out quite where yet, but we'll display them somewhere. And you can, throughout the whole month of April, if you want to bring back your poem craft, you can do that, and we'll make a little poem display at the library with your crafts. So that's all I have for today. We'll sing our goodbye song, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. Goodbye, friends. It's time to say goodbye. Bye, everyone. Have a great week.